Hello plant community, thanks for tuning into this channel. My name is Pam and today you guys I'm going to share with you my 6 favorite plants for the month of December. I'm super excited, so let's just dive into it. Okay guys, so the reason why I usually show 5 for the most part at the end of the month of the plants that I'm crushing on, but I decided to add one more just because we're in the holiday season. I'm feeling very festive and I wanted to pay homage to it because, hey, I've learned and I've grown, or this is a plant that's proving that I've grown a little bit in my houseplant journey. And this is, of course, befitting for the holidays, of course, would be this poinsettia. Now, of course, it's all green, it's not yellow, but I mean, yellow. Well, they do come in yellow, but when I brought it, it was actually red. And I got it for last year's holiday season. And of course, I lost all the leaves. And I've brought poinsettias in the past, and I was not successful at all with growing them. So the leaves fell off, and I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. But I decided to go ahead and just spray these stems to promote the growth, and that actually did work. And I'm learning day by day as far as the proper watering routine for this plant. So of course I've lost some leaves down here, which is fine, but from overhead, you guys, it is very full. And I'm just so proud of myself because, like I said, I couldn't keep these things alive to save my life. And the fact that I've been able to maintain not only growth, but beautiful growth for a whole year now. So I'm super proud of that. And I wanted to say, hey, poinsettia, thanks for hanging in there with me this year. I'm shaking his hand, you guys. Anyway, on to the next. Okay. No particular order. This one, I believe, is my, let me show you. Wait, let me get the name right. It's, the lime. Okay, my Peperomia obtusifolia, the lime variegated one. You guys, I'm really been drawing my eye to this plant because, you know, in the midst of the non-growing season, you really take pleasure in those subtle pops of color that you can get in your plant collection that don't tend to dull as the weather changes. And this is one of them, and it's very full, and I mean the colors are just absolutely gorgeous, very easy care. I water this plant when it's bone dry or completely dry, and I have it hanging in here, and it's loving it. It's like no fuss, no muss, at least for now. Hopefully it'll stay that way. You're gonna stay that way, right? Do you promise? Moving right along, you guys. I can get downright silly. If y'all don't know me by now, those that have been hanging around, y'all know I like to have fun or let loose or show my true self, which is nothing wrong with that. Anyway, next plant. I love this plant. This is my one of my wish list plants, my Syngonium Chia Pence. And so far since I've had it, this is a newly acquired plant. I can't remember. I may have had this plant for a couple of months. But since I've acquired this plant, I honestly want to say I lost one leaf, and I believe that was just a form of the plant just getting acclimated to my home and the environment. But I have acquired 2 leaves since then. This leaf right here, which it feels soft. It hasn't really hardened off because they recently unfurled. And this right here. But you guys, this plant is absolutely gorgeous. What is it about it, you know? It's almost heart-shaped a little bit, but it has a beautiful opening in the front. I love the feel of the leaves, and that green is just, it's stunning. Here as well with this pot. Comment below, let me know what y'all think about that. I think blue and green, light blues and rich greens play off well. That's just my personal opinion. But I'm an earthy tone type of girl, so anyway. My next plant I'm going to share with you is this beautiful thing right here. And this is the variegated devil's backbone, you guys. And let me put this up on the screen because I got this from of course, the plant farm. I don't know if it's focusing in. I'm hoping that y'all can see the actual name of it. It's hard for me to pronounce, so yeah, I may have to put it up on the screen. Not sure, but I've had this plant for at least a year now at this point. It hangs out in my windowsill, you guys, and this thing is very beautiful in my opinion. It is just growing nonstop. Actually, it's almost at the top part of my windowsill, so once it reaches that top, I really don't know what I'm going to do with it. I will have to move it, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to find a suitable location, and I hope that this plant does not misbehave because I have to move it at some point. This has been pretty much a fast grower as well, and when this plant gets a lot of light, the leaves will show like subtle pink hues, so to speak, on the outside of the variegation. The variegation is very subtle, you guys, but this plant is gorgeous. It reminds me of something that you would actually see in the sea, really, like a seaweed or sea aquatic plant, so to speak. But I love the style, the funkiness of it. It's known for even though for some reason mine isn't really doing it, and I don't know, maybe it's something that I'm not caring for, or maybe the plant has to get to some form of maturity before it finally does do it. I'm not sure, but it's supposed to have like the rick-rack, the crisscross in the stem, which is why the name. But I'm not sure, but it's a beautiful plant and I love it. Okay, my next plant, you guys, is actually a cutting from the mother plant that I have actually growing over there that you guys can't see right now, and that's my Filandon Red Emerald. If y'all remember, sometime in the growing season, the mother plant grew all the way up to the ceiling of my sunroom here, and I had to cut it. I cut it down to the top cutting, and probably when I cut it, I want to say it had 2 leaves, and I potted it up in a separate planter, and I've actually had this plant growing inside my living room, so not in here at all, and this thing has been taking off and I just love it. Let's see if I can. Okay, so I'm about to have I'm about to have 2 trees in the house, you guys. Honestly, like look at this. So if memory serves me correct, when I chopped it, it literally had just this leaf and this leaf right here. And it's just been going and going and going. And we have a new leaf you see right there that's trying to unfurl. And I had to actually put it on my floor in the living room because I had it growing on a table directly underneath a Sansi light. And I think as it was growing up or got closer to the bulb, is it? Or was that just the light? One of the leaves, this leaf. This leaf was actually starting to get a little burnt from the Sansi light, so I set it on the floor. Since I set it on the floor, though, it's definitely giving me 3 leaves. This one, and this one, and of course this one that's about to unfurl, you guys. It's non-stop growth here, like, come on. And it's such a beautiful plant, such an easy care plant. I love the dark petioles, and it's very pretty with the outer part of the leaf has this reddish hue to it. Guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do when this plant reaches the ceiling inside my home, because I think I believe I have like 9 foot ceiling, so I don't know if I'm gonna chop it, but the cool part about this is it's giving me an opportunity to really see how easy care this plant is. Because as I said, okay, this plant is growing, it's thriving. It's thriving in this room, of course, because it's getting hit with all types of natural light in here. It's very robust. It's sitting literally by a window right here. It's probably getting that morning subtle light and bright indirect light. It's in a sweet spot, so I expect it to grow and for it to thrive. And it's starting to actually become a little bushy at the bottom, growing up to the top. So it's really interesting to see with this plant right here how it was going to behave inside my home. And it's just pretty much the same thing. So if you guys don't have a red emerald philodendron, this is probably one of the easiest plants that I would highly recommend a new plant parent to have. You will get that good growth. It rewards you with beautiful colors, dark green hues, and I just can't say enough about this plant. So we're moving on to the last one, and I had to share this. Of course, end it with a banger, so to speak. And it's another philodendron. Go figure, right? Hey, you guys, I just realized it was no Hoyas in this selection. And I don't even think I purposely planned it. That's crazy. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. But the banger that I am going to, end the video with is my beautiful Filandon Gloriosum. Y'all see the leaf right here? Beautiful. I'm about to pick up the plant, you guys, and share with you exactly what we're working with. And this plant is growing in my living room. Okay, so guys, look at this. Oh my goodness. It is so beautiful. These leaves are gorgeous. Now, since we've entered the fall season, you guys, I've actually lost 2 leaves. And I was like, oh, no, I was distraught. I was like, oh, I hope this plant is not going to go down and decline. So I was getting a little concerned because, we've been having a little battle, a little up and down. Look at this juxtaposed with my face. It can literally, cover my face. That's how big the leaf is. I mean, look at my hand to the leaf. And I love the velvetiness of the leaves along with the beautiful white veination that you see. Such a beautiful plant. But when I lost the 2 leaves, you guys, it's rewarded me with 2 more leaves. Now, let me show you. Let's see, before I even actually get into that. This is the leaf. It just unfurled. So I'm assuming it's going to size up a little bit. Will it be as big as these leaves? Probably not, because this leaf is an offshoot from this one right here. And I have, you see, I don't know if can y'all see this? This is one that's growing from this one right here, which more than likely, when it does finally completely finish its transformation and unfurl, that this leaf will probably be as big as this. So the reason why it's probably 2 different sizes, you guys, is because I actually had this Filandon Gloriosum growing in here because I know it is a crawler, and it had reached the end of the pot, and this was probably towards the middle of the summer. I took the bold step, you guys, and the bold leap to actually chop it, and it worked in my favor because actually when I took it out of the soil, it had a very robust root system, which is another reason why it gave me the confidence to actually go ahead and chop it. So I cut it, and I tried to, let me see if I can hold it up. I cut it so I could have one actually going this way, and then this one coming this way. But as you can see, the growth point is going this way because the way I have it sitting in my living room is reaching the Sansi light that's kind of like in the corner. And I kind of did that on purpose a little bit because even though it is growing this way, I kind of wanted the leaf to go somewhere right here, if that makes any sense. But it's a very beautiful, heavy plant, but it's rewarding me with nothing but beautiful growth, you guys. And I just feel so fortunate that hello. I feel so fortunate that I'm able to even have this plant in my collection. So yeah, and I have it in a very extremely chunky mix, you guys. And the chunky mix for this has really been working in my favor. I wanted to add a lot of aeration, a lot of good drainage in the soil. So I want to say, honestly, I may have like 30% soil in here, but the 70% is a combination of other amendments such as orchid bark, perlite, and I have some leca balls in here as well. And it tends to love it. It drains very well. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the stems. Maybe I should get another stake and try to tie it because it is leaning. But you know, I love it. It's like you see it as soon as you come in my home. It's just like a conversational piece. And I love the compliments that I get from this plant. So that's pretty cool. Makes me feel good. Okay. So those are the 6 plants that I've shared with you guys for my favorite plants for the December of 2023. And what better way to wrap up this year, you guys, other than with beautiful plants that have been growing in my home throughout this year and been providing me with nothing but sheer joy, learning experiences, and fond memories. So yeah, this pretty much is this video. This probably will be the last video that I do, you guys, for 2023. So you guys have a happy holiday, happy New Year's, and I just can't wait till 2024 comes because I plan on just coming out, rolling out with some interesting things and hopefully some fun adventures or some good, different, really planty content. And I'll be super excited if I see you there. Okay? So y'all keep on subscribing. Subscribe. Keep subscribing. Keep pushing those thumbs up. Keep commenting. Keep chatting with me. I love it all. I love you all. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world, and much love. See you next year.